I believe it means the victim did not hit her head on this piece of rubble. The bloodstain you see is just another fabrication. Its purpose is to mislead us into thinking the victim died near the courtroom entrance.
Are you claiming the culprit moved the victim's body?
That's exactly what I'm claiming. The victim hit her head on some other location, most likely on the floor or some other flat surface, and this location was somewhere near where the bloody writing was found. In that case, she definitely could have written that message. Your Honor, I have the results of the bloodstain analysis.
Oh, very good timing. Let's take a look. According to this report, the message was written in Detective Arm's blood, and the defense claims only parts of the message were added afterwards. Were written in Mr. Justice's blood. It would appear that the defense's assertion is correct after all.
Alright, so bloody writing hand analysis is added to the court record. Yes! You did it. You were right, boss. Now I have to drive it home. I'll have to take a good look at the bloody and writing analysis later.
Mr. Tournabout, it's apparent that you have told several lies to this court. I hope you have some sort of explanation for yourself.
Fine, I will confess. You will? But then, why are you so calm? This time I'll tell you the truth. Okay, here we go. It is true that Detective Arm wrote my ID number. She plainly wrote L10015R. I was shocked, but I did not detonate the bomb. Detective Arm must have mistaken me for the real bomber. Not wanting to be accused, I moved to the body and covered it with writing. My bad.
I see, so is your assertion that you merely moved the body, is it?
That is correct. I did not kill Detective Arm.
Well, if that's all you did then, wait a minute! That itself is a incriminating act.
Glad to see you finally crossed that finish line, Your Honor.
Very well. Your cross-examination, please, Mr. Wright.
Alright, let's see. It is true that Detective Arm wrote my ID number. She plainly wrote... Okay, I was shocked, but I did not detonate the bomb. Okay. Detective Arm must have mistaken me for the real bomber. Not wanting to be accused, I moved the body, covered the writing. Okay, let's present this quickly. I mean, not present, I mean press. You didn't clean away the bloody writing.
I didn't have the time. By the time I found the message, the body was already dry. And the police were waiting just outside for me to secure the room. I still have to move the body. I was in panic. With no time to spare, I temporarily covered the writing with my case.
Didn't you think the police would find it during their investigation? Regulation stipulates only specialists may touch the transport case because of the danger, you see. I thought I would clean up the writing once they finished. My bad. My bad? Does he really think it magically smooth everything over? This guy's something else, and I don't believe Detective Arma's dying message was some mistake. There must be some contradiction in the testimony somewhere. So let's see. Once again, it is true that Detective Arm wrote my ID number. Okay. She plainly wrote... Wait a minute. Now I remember what it was.
Objection!
Objection! I just want to doubly sure that L10015R is really what you saw written in blood. Yes, it was really clearly said L10015R. But that's odd, because that's not what I see.
Objection! What on earth are you blabbling on about? Wasn't it you that claimed the bloody writing was the identification number in the first place?
Take a good look at the photo of the bloody writing analysis. Now tell me, does it really say L10015R?
Oh. Eep.
Something missing, isn't it? And that something is the final R.
What is the meaning of this, Mr. Tournabout?
Oh, right, now I remember. There was no R on the end. It was simply just a slip of the finger. My bad. Come back, my beautiful contradiction! Mr. Wright, I'm not sure if it was just a simple slip of the finger. You have something for me, Athena? I sense that he's extremely agitated and almost panicked. Huh. He does look pretty flustered.
Oh, Mr. Wright, it appears it was nothing more than a mere mistake.
I don't know. Did he really just make a typo? What about that R? Did Mr. Tournabout really see it? Of course he saw it. Maybe Mr. Tournabout really did see the R. But there's no R anywhere in the bloody writing. What's going on here? Huh? Now I take a good look at the photo. I think I maybe... That's it! What's it now, Mr. Wright? Are you trying to imitate Apollo and his cords of steel? Oh, yes. I got it. So that's what happened. A slip of the finger. Is that really all it was? Because I don't think so. I propose that Mr. Tournabout really did see the letter R.
But the photo clearly shows that there was no R.
No, Your Honor. Actually, it was just the opposite. The photo shows that Mr. Tournabout really did see the R.
If you're really going to make that claim, then you should better be able to point out what you mean. What part of the photo shows that Mr. Tournabout could have seen the R?
Oh, well, obviously that little spot right here. Take that! Please take a look here, to the right of the 5. Do you see a little bit of red?
Oh, I see it. Just on the edge of the where the floor is broken up.
Why, yes, that is the R that Mr. Tournabout saw.
Objection. It's true the witness wears some very, very odd goggles. But that doesn't mean his eyesight's bad, nor his brain power. What's the point of the smudge that looks like an R to you?
Objection. But what Mr. Tournabout saw wasn't that little smudge. There was a whole and complete R written there. Before the floor was damaged by the explosion.
Oh, well, that explains it, huh?
Care to explain what you mean? Because you just proposed that everything happened in exact opposite order. Yup, because that's the way it really went down. The timing of where the R was written turns everything about this case around. Now then, if the floor really was damaged by the explosion, where was the message written? It was either before the explosion or after. After? No, it's after the explosion. I have to say it was before the explosion. With the bloody message running off like the edge of that damaged floor like that, we can only conclude that it was written before the explosion.
But that's ridiculous. If that were true, then it overturns your whole premise.
That's right. It does. In fact, it turns everything upside down. The victim was not killed by the explosion in the courtroom. She was killed before the explosion ever occurred.
Order in the court. What kind of preposterous claim is that? Ever forgotten that the victim's body was found at the scene of the explosion?
Objection. True, but consider the scenario. She was hit on the head and killed before the explosion, or even before the trial began. Her body was subsequently placed in the courtroom ruins after the bombing occurred. That way, it could have been made to look like she was the victim of the blast.
What? It sounds like we have a better look into what the victim was doing before the trial. Mr. Payne, did anyone see Detective Arm before the trial? Let's see here. According to the police report... Ah, here it is. The one person that saw the victim before the trial. And that person was... Ted Tournabout. Wait, what? No one besides Mr. Tournabout saw the victim? That appears to be the case, Your Honor.
I would now ask the court to recall something. Specifically, Mr. Tournabout's words from yesterday.
It was when Detective Arm and I were transporting the bomb. Oh my.
Mr. Tournabout, just before the trial, you were with the victim. The two of you were together at the scene of the crime, courtroom number 4. Your Honor, the defense requests a new testimony from Mr. Tournabout. We wish to hear what he says about his whereabouts just before the trial.
Mr. Tournabout, your testimony, please.
My testimony? There's no need for... He's completely unnerved, Mr. Wright. You must have hit the nail right on the head.
Because all I did was transport the bomb to the courtroom and I told you... Blast this thing! I was only in the courtroom with the victim because of our work. I swear it was only because of the transport bomb here.
Objection! Objection! You and the victim were alone together at the scene of crime. In other words, you certainly had the opportunity to commit murder, did you not?
Objection. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Do you always leave yourself to open attacks, Mr. Wright?
What now, Mr. Payne?
Yes, Mr. Tournabout may have had the opportunity to kill Detective Arm, but an important piece of your assertion is missing.
What important piece?
The murder weapon. What do you think the claim was used to kill the victim? Mr. Payne has a point. If Mr. Tennis has a chance, without a weapon, we can't accuse him of a crime. Well, Mr. Tournabout? Oh, yes, that's right. I didn't have any sort of thing that could be used as a murder weapon on me. Could have possibly killed Detective Arm.
Did he really have nothing he could use as a murder weapon? Huh. What is it, Athena? Just looking over the victim's autopsy report, I'm hoping there's something in there that can point us to the right direction. Well, it does say she died from a trauma to the back of the head with a flat object. Yeah, and to inflict that specific kind of injury, all you would need to do is a flat surface, right? A heavy, blunt object with a flat surface could definitely be our murder weapon.
Well, Mr. Wright, could you indicate what court was used? To the court what was used to kill Detective Arm?
Well, let's see. I believe I can. Believe is being the word is being the key word here.
You can?
Then please do so now.
Who did Mr. Oh no. What did Mr. Tournabout that could have been used as the murder weapon?
Well, let's see.
It has to be the missing remote switch.
No, it is the HH3000 bomb. Mr. Tournabout, you say you didn't have anything that could be used as a weapon, but in fact you have the perfect timing.
What? What in the world are you talking about?
You had this.
But that's the bomb. I thought you were trying to prove that the victim wasn't killed by the bomb blast.
Are you serious, Judge? The bomb blast, no. But I believe Candace Arm was killed with this bomb. Because this object just delivered the fatal blow to her head. Please recall the description of Detective Arm's head wound. Trauma to the back of the head caused by impact with a flat object. We assume this injury was sustained when her head hit the floor. But a blow from any flat side of this bomb would produce the exact amount of wound patterns.
Gah.
What's with him?
Then show me some proof. Where was the evidence where I hit the victim with the bomb?
Ah! He's right. I don't have any claim that's decisive.
Do you find anything victim's blood on the bomb? That would be decisive proof, but too bad. The bomb was blown to bits. It was all long gone. Boom! Game over. Yeah.
Mr. Wright, there's really nothing on the bomb in this photo? I don't see any blood or anything. Wait, the timer display is a little broken there. Maybe it broke when it came in contact with Detective Arm's head. That's definitely a distinct possibility. But unless we find a fragment from the victim's blood in it, there's really nothing's gonna count. I guess you're right. By setting off the bomb, Tournabout managed to obliterate all traces of the murder weapon. What in the world do I do now? At times like this, I gotta change gears, look at things in a different way. Instead of looking for things he wasn't able to hide, I should look at things that he exposed the things he did hide. Ted Tournabout murdered Detective Arm before the trial started. Then he placed the body near the courtroom after the bomb went off, which means there was something he needed to keep hidden until then. And I think I have just the thing. Time to present the photo that shows exactly what Mr. Tournabout has had to hide. Oh yeah, I know what this is.
Take that!
Take that! Your Honor, please take a look at this. The fact that Mr. Tournabout hid this makes it decisive evidence for my case.
Not sure I understand what you mean by that, Mr. Wright. I'm not sure either, Your Honor. Me either. Here's a penalty to inspire you to make more...
Wait, what? I am one step ahead. Because thinking about it. Well, I did say that... Because look. This thing could hold a whole person. So... I guess it means the bomb. Your Honor, please take a look at this. The fact that Mr. Tournabout hid this makes decisive evidence for my case. Oh, crap. This is not good. I don't remember. What did he hide? Huh. What he had to hide. Let me try it again. Maybe I accidentally hit something else. Nope. Crap. Okay. This is one last try. I am so nervous. I thought I had this. You know what? I'll be right back when I figured this out. Alright guys, I'm back. And it seems like I've been overlooking one valuable piece of evidence. And that is this piece of evidence. Take that! Let's see if I was right. Your Honor, there's something we've been overlooking. Yup, if the murder took place before the trial, then Mr. Tournabout would have had to hide the body somewhere during the trial. Hey, you're right. If we can figure out where that hiding place was, exactly, we will find some evidence we could pin him down with. So where could... There we go. That's what I was missing. That's one thing about this kind of game, this puzzle game. If you miss one little thing, you're just gonna, you know, end up screwing yourself over and get a guilty verdict. And that's what you just saw in this video. So, yeah, we're gonna have to do this. I had to think about it for a second. And the fact that, I mean, this piece of evidence right here, I mean, that's not fairly obvious. You'd think that any, like this, or the transport case or the bomb would be that one previous piece of evidence that you needed. But no, it is the bomb transport case that he could have hidden the body. Wait, a box big enough for a body. A box that was in a courtroom for the whole time. A box that nobody would touch if they thought there was a bomb in it. Mr. Tournabout? What is it? Do you finally have some decisive evidence to show me? No, you're the one who's going to show it to me. Come again? You heard me now. Show me what's inside the bomb transport case. What? No, why? No, there's no need. I got him now. Just before the trial, you killed the victim with a blunt object. And then you placed her body in the ruins of the courtroom after the bomb went off. Clearly you were trying to make it look like she died in the explosion. But where was the body hidden during the trial? Oh, I hadn't thought of that. The answer is right here. Inside a box made of thick alloy plating, that can withstand any impact. No, that's completely false. If it's false, then you should have no objections to showing us your transport case. So, let's open it up and take a good look inside, shall we? Yeah, he's cornered now. Now what? Let's not. Not if you value your life. What's he up to now? Remain calm and listen carefully. This bomb will detonate in 5 minutes. What? Huh? I repeat, this HH-3000 will detonate in 5 minutes. What's going on? Your Honor, I recommend that you adjourn this trial before this bomb goes off. Mr. Tournabout, are you threatening me? Hey, I am the only one who could disable this bomb. If you do not want to die, your only option is to listen to me. But Mr. Tournabout, you say that was just a training model, a fake to practice on? I did, but I also lied. This is the real deal. This is the HH-3000. But the HH-3000 was used to blow up the courtroom number 4, wasn't it? How do you know it was the real HH-3000 that blew up courtroom number 4? Huh? The bomb that blew up in the courtroom was a different one. One that I made. What? Then what are we all gonna take Are we to take that as a confession on your part? Take it as any way you would like. Just before the trial, I took the HH-3000 out of the stuffed animal and put my own bomb in it. That was the bomb that exploded and destroyed the courtroom number 4. Mr. Tournabout, please be reasonable. Do you really expect us to believe a crazy story like that? The HH-3000 is so unique, I had never seen anything like it. It's so unique that I could not replicate the detonation mechanism, so I just had to take it. Besides, did anyone else look inside the stuffed animal during the trial? Did anyone check to see if it was really the HH-3000 in there? I must confess, no one has opened up the stuffed animal to check. So there really was a possibility the bomb was switched out. No, not a possibility, a certainty. I did it. So he had a real bomb with him this whole time? You better get out of here while you can. You do not have much time. Oh, great. Here we go.
Order, Nicole.
I'm out of here. It's gonna blow up. Run! Ah, Mr. Tonit. Now no one's here except for us. You four are still here? Well, aren't you brave?
It just wouldn't do for a judge proceeding over this court to run. But there'd be a horrible explosion the other day.
Oh, that judge looks like he's about to book it for the nearest exit any second. And Mr. Payne. That is... And he runs away like an idiot. And he's off. Mr. Wright, what do we do? It's pretty pathetic to run now, wouldn't it? But the bomb might really go off. Only 3 more minutes, folks. Is that bomb really the HH-3000? What should I do? Run like a yellow-bellied chicken or stand my ground? I'm gonna stand my ground, gosh darn it. I can't run now. Well, it's been fun, but I'll be going now with my dear HH-3000, naturally. Oh, and by the way, I would advise having me followed. Well, I'd advise against being followed. Even with no remote switch, this bomb can still be triggered manually. Even if I think I'm being followed, I'll destroy it on the spot. Very well.
Hold it!
Hold it! You're not going anywhere, Ted Tonit. Oh? Your Honor, there's a reason to not be afraid. That bomb's a fake. Here we go, my favorite theme. Are you sure, Mr. Wright? More of your famous bluffing, even at the risk of your own life?
Mr. Wright, none of your bluffing now. None at a time like this. Lives are on the line here.
Only 2 people. Well, 3. I'm not bluffing, and I have proof.
You do?
Yes, of course, Your Honor. It's right here in the photo of the bomb, clear as day. Prove that Mr. Tonit's bomb is not the real HH-3000.
Really? Out with it then, immediately. Where's the proof that Mr. Tonit is not holding the real HH-3000?
Oh my gosh, are you serious, Judge? It's right here. And make sure I hit this correctly, otherwise, yeah. Oh, there we go. Take that. The display for the timer on the bomb in the photo is broken. Most likely it broke when Mr. Tonit used the bomb to attack Detective Arm, and the display of the bomb in front of us is not broken.
Oh, I guess you're right.
Therefore, this is not the real HH-3000. Mr. Tournabout was clearly lying when he said he switched out the bomb with its stuffed animal. The real HH-3000 blew up in courtroom number 4. This bomb's nothing more than a fake, a model used for training purposes. Ah! Fear not, Your Honor. I'll examine inside the bomb transport case myself.
Yes, please do that, Mr. Wright.
No, stop.
What is that? Is that a blood stain?
Just as I expected. Your lies... Oh, I almost did the computer voice. Your lies have been all blown to bits, Mr. Tonit. I'm confident DNA analysis on this blood stain will confirm that it's Detective Arm's blood, and the results will conclusively prove that you murdered Detective Arm. How about it, Mr. Tonit? Think you can dismantle this decisive evidence? Dismantle it?
Ha 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 ha! You're too late. You missed your chance to run, so now you're out of time. This is the HH-3000 about to explode.
Don't try to threaten us, Mr. Tonit. I already proved that your bomb is a fake.
It's real. It's a real thing, I tell you. It's the real. Ha 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 ha. Hey. Ha ha ha. Ah!
Sorry. Mad Bomber, party of 1.
There's no time left. It's gonna blow. I have to disarm it. I have to take it apart. I can dismantle everything. Well, anything. I can take it apart. Evidence. I can take apart bombs. I can dismantle it all. Dismantle, 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 dismantle. I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it. Only one thing to do. Stop!
There we go. That's great.
Made it.
we go. That looks better. It's nice seeing those glasses off. Game over. Dismantle attempt failed.
Haha, it's all over. My life has been blown into pieces. It's all that stupid woman's fault. I was selling the bombs I disarmed at the black market. I tried to take this one, she just had to notice, didn't she? She confronted me in the courtroom number 4 that day. That's why I had no choice. Before I knew what I was doing, I hit her. It was all her fault. While I was looking for a place to hide her body, she left a message in her own blood. The trial was about to start, so I didn't have a time to clean it up, and now all this. I thought for sure I could disguise her death with an explosion, and the stupid defense attorney started sticking his nose into my business. After the testimony yesterday, I went to courtroom number 4, and I found that kid all up in my bomb transport case. That's when I snuck up behind him, and BAM! And then when that idiot police arrested that little girl, I thought for sure I could pin it all on her. Why? Oh, why? Ted Tonitz, you're hereby under arrest on the suspicion of the courtroom bombing and the assault on Mr. Justice. Your innocence or guilt will be determined in a later trial. Now then, I see that the members of the public have returned to the gallery. One person, however, seems to still be running far, far away. Yeah, of course, that loser. Be that as it may, I will announce Miss Juniper Woods' verdict.
Not guilty. Oh yeah. Look at that smile on her face. What is Phoenix staring at? I mean, honestly, there's no one there. And then there's the judge.
Court is adjourned.
There we go. We finish this off. December 18, 12:31 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 5. You did it, boss. Yeah, I guess we did manage to pull it off somehow. So many mysteries cleared up all at once. It was amazing. It just sort of worked out that way, didn't it? That's not the kind of thing that usually just works out. You made it happen. And the way that mean old prosecutor high-tailed it out there, that was great. Mr. Wright. Thena, thank you for everything you did for me. I'm so happy for you, Junie. Now you can go home and to the forest in peace. I hope the both of you will come and visit there sometime. That would be nice. Thank you for the invitation. Huh. I don't know, Mr. Wright. I'm not so sure that you can make it all the way up to Junie's house. How high up do you live again, Junie? Around 3,000 feet, I think. What? That's no forest. That's a mountain. But you know, boss, there's something that still bothers me about the case. One little mystery never got around to solving. Oh, that? Yeah, I was wondering about that too. Is this the unsolved mystery you were thinking of? It has to be the missing remote switch. Nothing in this entire case had to do with this remote switch. Take that! The remote switch, right? Yeah, I wonder where it disappeared to. Maybe Mr. Tournabout got rid of it somewhere. Yeah, it's a pretty big thing to leave unsolved though. Well, we'll leave it up to the police to find. For now, we should be able to celebrate for our non-guilty verdict. I guess you're right. Hey, I know. Junie, shall we go report the good news? You know, to that certain someone? Okay. Huh? Her grandmother? No, silly, to Apollo. Oh, right. Why don't we all go to the hospital together to see him? Great idea. I bet he's bored out of his mind. Okay. And so, courtroom bombing case came to a close. The next trial was just over the horizon. There's never a dull moment with so many lawyers in the office, that's for sure. Apollo Justice, Athena Sykes, and me, Phoenix Wright. Between the three of us, there's no case we can't solve. When our powers combined, we're an unstoppable team. At least that's what I believed. But all that changed with what Apollo said to us that day. It was something that would put my faith in us to the ultimate test. Date, question, time, question. Write anything agency.
but I'll be taking a leave of absence.
Wait, what do you mean by a leave?
Can you at least give me a reason why?
I can only say that this is something I must settle on my own.
Oh, why, Apollo? Why are you shutting us out?
We'll find out why way later in the game. What happened to you, Apollo? Ever since you put that jacket on, or something like that, I don't know, I accidentally skipped something. And now, for whatever reason, all my mind keeps doing is returning to the day I first met you. We had tackled our first case together, and he and I, this past spring. And as we did, I came to know who he is and how he thinks. He was it was a very particular case, or peculiar, yeah, it was peculiar, a case where the victim was killed by a mythical creature. Now that's quite an interesting case. And that is the end of episode 1 of Turnabout Countdown. A new episode has been added. Episode 2, The Monsters Turnabout. Alright guys, in the next episode we're going to be taking on, we're going to start the beginning of The Monsters Turnabout. So if you enjoyed this episode, please go like, comment, subscribe, help out inbox, and see you guys next time for some more Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Dual Destinies.